Welcome back to the finals of GP Jaipur. I'm playing against Scribble. I didn't expect to make it finals again through GPs in a row. Maybe I'll get the three-peat this time. But yeah, let's start. And I think Scribble is on the play because they have the higher seed. They'll just start by mulliganing and hopefully get a good hand. I think this is a very good hand, so I'll keep it. Actually, just don't. They don't have Cosmic Sinkhole. Like, they're not a Cosmic Sinkhole deck, so I don't have to worry about being on the play and getting turn 1 Cosmic Sinkhole. What's I play here? I think it's Logger Recluse, New Divide, and then next turn I sack New Divide, fetch Island, Primary Resurgence Island, and then play Recall Forgotten Aeons. Yeah, that's a really good start. Hopefully, the game just goes well for me from there on out. At least pre-board, I don't think the matchups is too bad for me, because like their deck wins by sort of going over the top, sort of. I think in this situation, they're probably going to win by beating me down with, what's that guy called? Shining Crusader, because I have no way to deal with that card. But as long as I can go over that, then I should be fine. In post-board, it gets harder because they have hate cards, but pre-board, it's basically just I win if I manage to go over their stuff, and they can't really disrupt me too much. Shining Crusader will be kind of annoying because it's protecting everything, so I can't really attack into it super well, but if they attack with it, then it's not back for blocks, so as long as I can flood the board, I should be kind of fine. Okay, that's a pretty good start for them. So they'll have 3 mana on turn 2. But guess what? I'll also have 3 mana on turn 2. No 4th land for recall yet, but I mean, I'm going to draw 2 cards off that thing plus my draw step, so very likely to find a land for Recall Forgotten Aeons. And if it drops Shining Crusader now, I think I might be slightly worried because that's a clock that I can't really stop. So it basically forces me to race the opponent, whereas I spend the first few turns getting value. But maybe we can make it overwhelming enough board to... innovation. Okay, yeah, they have a kind of slow start. Wonderful, so I get to play Recall Forgotten Aeons without really getting punished for anything. Later in Alpha. I guess that's what I'm ramping into, then. Okay. Anyways, Forest, Island. Take the Primary Resurgence onto the island. Play Recall Forgotten Aeons. Draw 2 cards, hope to find a land off the top, and yes, I found a land. It's not enough to play anything, though, or pump a logger. So just play my 4th land and pass. And I tap with 5 mana next turn. If I top deck another land, I can play Layer on Alpha. If I don't, I can play Pronouncer and then play Layer on Alpha next turn, or the turn after that turn. So yeah, I'm really happy right now. If I have Mysterious Coffer, then that's kind of annoying because Mysterious Coffer is pretty good against Layer on Alpha since it gets rid of all the tokens that makes. And Mysterious Coffer would also bounce my Primary Resurgence, which puts me down on mana. So let's see, what can Scribble do here? They have access to 5 mana too, I guess, right? Yeah, they have access to 5 mana this turn. So we're both ramping super hard. So let's see if their ramp target is better than Layer on Alpha, assuming I draw a land next turn. And if we don't draw a land, I just play Sackbow and pump it a bit, I guess. Sackbow isn't very good against Mysterious Coffer because if it gets bounced, then it loses all its counters, and then you have to pump it up again, except you might be out of lands and graveyards to pump it up with. And actually, Layer on Alpha is extra bad against Mysterious Coffers because Mysterious Coffers for a low amount doesn't actually bounce the body itself, so I get to replay it for ETB and gain more tokens that way. It just becomes a lone 6 mana 4/4 that still gives a pretty good buff to my board because everything gets bigger when they hit, but actually a 4/4 Trampler is probably just decent on its own because it goes past, or attacks past Shining Crusader. Okay, Barks, sure. So if they're going to play slow, then I'm completely fine with that because I get to drop Layer on Alpha next turn and whack them for a bunch. Healing Center. Alright. So what do we do if I don't draw land next turn? I need to play Pronouncer so I can play Layer on the turn after that, and then I guess I play Bow. Well, no, I need to pump Bloggers to kill Barks because I need to get Barks out of there, since this will be a slight value grind. But please get a land. It's not a land, it's Recall. Recall might find me the land I need, but I would need to draw 2 lands off the top in order for Recall to do anything good. I can just, I can Pronouncer and then untap the island I used to play the Pronouncer, so that gives me 5 mana again. I use that to pump Logger, swing at Barks, and then play Recall. Yeah, that seems solid, right? Does it mean I have to sequence slightly weirdly? Or no, I can just play Pronouncer and then sack this shrine and play Recall with these things, then see what I get off the top before I commit to anything else. Yeah, okay, I'm sold. In that case, I can just play Recall first and then play Pronouncer, targeting the land. Yeah, sure. So Recall Forgotten Aeons number 2. If I get 2 lands off the top, that'd be really nice. Only 1 land off the top, but another Recall. Interesting. If I want to play Pronouncer into Recall, I can do that, right? I can, but then that means Logger doesn't get to attack next turn. So is all this value going to get me into a win? Like, who's on the beatdown here? Am I on the beatdown or are they on the beatdown? I think I am on beatdown because I have a better late game. Although once I get their Mysterious Coffers down, it becomes really annoying for me. Either way, I have to play Pronouncer this turn. I think I just, play Recall again and just ramp super hard, right? If I care that Barks is on board and drawing my opponent an extra card each turn, like how much do I care about Barks being on board? Not that much, actually, because I'm sort of winning the long game here, right? Like, they have no way to deal with Leyran Alpha even if they bounce tokens. I guess they have to Void Life Orbs to kill the Leyran, and then after that I just drop another Leyran, and now they have no way to deal with it, so I guess that's what I'll go with. So Pronouncer, untapping this land, and then play Recall number 3. Oh, no lands off the top, that's disappointing. If they bounce my Primal Research, I don't actually get to play Leyran next turn, but I get to play Tameo into Petal Scatter, or Petal Scatter into Tameo, which seems pretty decent too. Although again, Mysterious Coppers makes everything a lot worse. But here I just have to pass. Luckily, Hub of Innovation doesn't activate just yet. They play Healing Center, flip Pernician Growl off the top. Alright, Barks isn't flipping anything too great just yet, so I'm fine with that thing sticking around for a bit more. Or fine with the fact that sticking around for a bit longer. Still though, maybe I should have pumped Logger Recluse that turn instead of playing Recall. I wanted to play Recall because I really wanted to draw into my 6 land for Leyran Alpha. Okay, are they playing Mysterious Coffer now? No, another Hub of Innovation. Okay, so eventually these things are going to be drawing cards, but seems like they're not drawing just yet. My opponent, I don't think my opponent has a super great hand. They're down to 2 cards. I guess they can Isperins stuff, but okay, so I guess Leyran Alpha is coming down next turn. And they have no way to stop me, right? Like, they have no instant speed interaction anywhere in the main deck. Yeah, everything that they can do has to be on board. So that means I just play Leyran Alpha and I swing with everything at their face. Do I want to hit Barks with some stuff? Like, they can Isperin some stuff, so that's kind of annoying. Actually, does Petal Scatter Tameo do anything? Petal Scatter makes my island makes 3 mana, so that's a free Tameo. Tameo on top, so I have 4 mana left. So then with 4 mana, I get to play Stackable, Pump Logger, swing at Barks, kill Barks. Or no, that doesn't even work because Isverance is protecting it. I just go with the obvious play and drop Leyran Alpha, swing everything at Barks. That leaves it wide open to, I guess, Void Life Orbs or something like that. Mysterious Copper, but if that happens, then I think I'm fine because I get to drop another Leyran Alpha pretty soon afterwards. And once the Leyran Alpha starts stacking, then they get absolutely huge, and now they have to Void Life Orbs to get rid of it. So yeah, I think I'll go with that plan. Anyways, here's Leyran Alpha. Big. I have to swing everything at Barks, right? They can Isperins. I need to swing 3 things at Barks, I think. Or at least 3 things. That means I have to swing all the wolves at Barks, right? Because otherwise, 2 wolves and 1 antelope, right? Is that the distribution that works out best? I think so. Because then if they Isperins one thing, then they still get through with the other 2. Okay, yeah, that's the distribution I need to go with. These guys are hitting Barks. Anyways, how do you block? They probably just Isperins one of the base attackers and then let Barks die. So maybe I should have killed Barks last turn instead of playing Recall Forgotten Aeons. But if I drew a land off the Recall, then I think Recall would have been better because then I get to land Leyran even if they bounce the Primal Resurgence. Okay, yeah, they're gonna Isperins. Oh wait, it's right. That's how it works. It's not Maze of Ith. It's like Down Intervention, and they get to draw a card off of it. I don't think I played this game super well because now they're kind of getting back into the game. I mean, they're still staring down Leyran Alpha, but if they draw Void Life Orbs, can they activate it? Yeah, they can activate Void Life Orbs, and that'd be really bad for me because it kills my Primal Resurgence, and now I have to top deck a land in order to play Leyran Alpha number 2. But at least Void Life Orbs also kills all their things, right? I mean, Starving Skies will survive a Void Life Orbs, but everything else dies, including the Hub of Innovations, which they aren't drawing cards just yet. I guess they kind of did get a pretty unfortunate draw with non-F artifacts. And I think they don't actually have an answer to this board, because if they do, they would have been playing it way faster. And they have Shiny Crusader, but that doesn't stop Leyran Alpha, or a giant wide board. It does kind of annoy Tameo a bit, because you can always attack through to Tameo. Oh, crap. Yeah, Mysterious Coffer is a problem. They can always Mysterious Coffer for 2 to bounce my entire board. They can also Mysterious Coffer right now to bounce my Primal Resurgence and prevent me from making extra mana next turn. But at least Leyran Alpha attacks through Shiny Crusader, so no matter what happens, it's not too bad for me. They just pass. Alright. So the problem is that they have Isperins plus Mysterious Coffers. Although they can't they can Isperins plus Coffers for 1, which is good enough, I think. So I don't want to play Petal Scour into Mysterious Coffer because that will bounce the land aura and just get rid of it. I don't want to play Leyran pre-combat because that is just begging to I just lose my entire board to Mysterious Coffers. I think the best play here is to swing with everything, get my opponent to crack Mysterious Coffers, and then go from there. Except then Primal Resurgence goes away, and I want to make use of Primal Resurgence right now. Maybe I can play out Tameo pre-combat? Yeah, play out Tameo pre-combat. Minus her to draw some cards. Draw 4 cards, discard 1, or if they they can Mysterious Coffer for a 1 in response to Tamil activation, in which case I only draw 3 cards, but that's also fine. And after that, I don't get. If I wait, then I don't get to play Layer and Alpha. Well, it's not like I'm gonna play Layer and Alpha anyways afterwards, right? Yeah, so I just play Tamil, see what happens, and then once they crack the coffer, I'm gonna play out Arnold Surgeon's Spell Scour yet again, I think. So yeah, here's Tamil. Are they gonna crack the coffer in response? I don't think so. I'll just let it resolve. Okay, so -2. That's really. Are you gonna crack the coffer now? Wait, they haven't let it resolved yet? Okay, sure. Just think about whether to crack the coffer or not. Right, because if they let Tamil resolve, I can untap the island, except they can also always crack coffer in response to untap, so I don't see why I need to wait. Okay, yeah, they're gonna let it resolve. And now I'm -2. And they're thinking, yeah. Basically, I just want them to crack the coffer pre-combat. Actually, but they let it resolve. Okay, sure. They'll draw 4 cards and discard 1 card. What card do I pitch here? Is Logger Recluse any good? I don't think so, because this Logger is gonna get bounced. So what funny things can I do? I have another Tamil, so I can Mysterious Counteract, I guess. There's some way to change these things I get. I can fetch one of the shorelines, and then that way my forests are tapping for blue, and then I stack all my primary surgeons onto one of the forests, and then Tamil it. Yeah, I think Logger Recluse is the weak link here. So now I attack, right? Yeah. Let's see how they react. Actually, I'm worried about Sovereign Skies becoming a 9/9. Maybe I should be slightly worried, but at the same time, they're not really drawing cards right now. If they Mysterious Coffer, then their hubs go away, right? Or yeah, they can't hub next turn or draw cards with hub next turn if they. Okay, so they're only getting the tokens. That's fine. And I guess they pump the Crusader or Announcer. All right, is Baron's the Leyran? You know what? To get Logger pumped, I think the answer is yes, because that way now once Logger gets 1 hit in, now it has a counter on it, so I don't have to keep pumping it to get Leyran hits in. If I do that, then what do I play afterwards? I have Pronouncer plus this guy, so I get to play Pronouncer, untap this, and play something else. I mean, they use their one big thing, right? So I should just start stacking all my enchantments onto the island. Pale Scour is a pretty good thing to do that with, right? There's lots of decisions to make right now. I think I just want to keep going wide, so yes, I'll let this happen, right? I'm not super sure about whatever any of the plays I'm making. You know what? I'll pump Logger just to get some damage through. The Pronouncer dies. Tamil's definitely dying next turn, so I should just leave it out there to soak up 3 damage from the Shining Crusader, because I can just drop Tamil again next turn. And now I get to play out Pronouncer Preserves, sticking a land aura on here, so I get to make some more mana next turn. I actually get an absolutely insane amount of mana next turn, right? Then I can guild something like Layer and Alpha pre-combat or whatever. Yeah, hopefully. I mean, once 2 Layer and Alpha comes down, they can't Isbear in both of them. So like eventually counters are going to start stacking up. Okay, they get to draw off Hub of Innovation, right? That's a problem. The thing is, Void Life Orbs also kills the Shining Crusader, and Shining Crusader is the only thing I'm really worried about, because that's the only thing that's really letting them win. Except Sovereign Skies. Yeah, Sovereign Skies is also a huge problem. If they can spam a bunch of non-creature spells and turn this thing into a 9/9, I just lose, I think. Maybe I should just start coalescing the Recall Forgotten Aeons. Neriba. Okay, so they can keep drawing cards, but if they spend time drawing cards, then I can just keep attacking them with Layer and Alphas. They're playing something. Okay, they're animating Monument Queens. Do you just have nothing else right now? They're gonna use Monument to kill Tamio. Okay, I see. Are they gonna Shining Crusader whack me? No, they're not. They're gonna hold it back to block, which makes sense. Yes, they're also planning on using Monument to block something else next turn. They clearly don't have any board whites in hand, because if they do, they would play it by now. I should just start trying to swarm the board with Layer and Alphas. Alright, so they're holding up Isbarons plus Monument. That's good. That's a pretty good sign for me. So what can I do? Layer and Alpha, and then swing with everything. How much mana does that get me afterwards? I have 9 mana right now, so 10 mana in total. Tamio makes me go -1 in mana. And also Tamio just dies to Monument plus Shining Crusader. I still might play her out, because that kind of forces Shining Crusader to block or attack, which leaves the way open for my other guys to start getting through. If I do that, play Tamio and then untap the land. My Tamio is 1 mana, so I still have 9 mana left over, which is enough for Leyran plus Pale Scouter. Okay, so Pale Scouter onto the island, tap island, play Tamio, untap island, tap island, play Leyran Alpha. And that seems solid. So, and they have no instant speed interaction, so I just get to do this pretty freely. And yeah, Tamio plus. Let's see what's on top. Forest, that's not useful right now. And Layer and Alpha. So these guys are attacking this turn, right? They can't kill Layer and Alpha, right? If they animate Monument and Shining Crusader blocks. In that case, I get to kill Monument, and then the other layer in alpha starts buffing stuff. So yeah, that's pretty good for me if they block with layer in alpha. Anyways, let's see what they do. Actually, they can't animate Monument and also experience the layer in. They're under a lot of pressure on the board, and Mysterious Coffers kind of just bails them out, so they have to top deck that. But if they don't, then I'm in a really good position. So this thing gets, I think the 6/6 right now. Nice. Even if my board gets wiped, I have a bunch of Recall Forgotten Ales in the graveyard to keep going, and even a Recall from hand. I think I should probably keep the Recall in my hand, because that way if they decide to exile my graveyard and wipe my board in the same turn, then at least I still have something to do, right? It seems like they're going to try to kill Lair and Alpha. Or are they going to try to just chump block a bit and then take a bunch in the face from the Wolves? The good news about Pale Scour costing 3 is that if they want to bounce it, they have to also bounce Shining Crusader. And they're not actually going to try to kill anything. Interesting. Are they just going to let Leyran hit? Oh, I see. They probably have a board wipe line. Or they have a coffers lined up. That's why they're blocking like that. Anyways, does the damage go through? Yep, seems like it does. So that's a very scary looking board. Actually, in fact, they get 2 counters because I have 2 layers in play. Where are my counters? Yeah, there we go. So yeah, it's board wipe or bust right now. And since that's the case, if they board wipe me, then this land goes away anyway, so I should just cast Recall Forgotten Ales now. And draw 2 cards. Oh, nice. I'll Crumbling Shrine right now and see what I get on top. Okay, sure. That's fine. Crumbling Shrine I can animate if things go south and they decide to wipe my board. So they can't kill Tamio, but they have to attack and tap their guys to do that, which leaves them open to all my other guys attacking next turn. That said, though, they're drawing a ton of cards off the Hub of Innovation, so it's very likely they draw into another Mysterious Coffer and wipe the board. But that still doesn't get rid of the Lair and Alpha, so they need to start Isbearing the Lair and Alphas, which they can do while also maintaining Monument of Queens. Sealed Riftway comes down. Are they going to use it right away to get rid of my recalls before I can cast them? I think they're just playing it as a cantripper, because they're looking for board wipes. They need board wipes really badly right now. Or they can just eventually get enough counters on Sovereign Skies to turn into a 9/9. Do they have lethal if that happens? Not yet. If they attack out with these guys, then my board is going to kill them. They're thinking. Okay, that's a good sign, because that means they don't have an easy board wipe. I think if they play Void Life Orbs and activate it, then they have Monument plus Sovereign Skies left. And basically, I just need to find some way to get over the finish line in 2 turns, because I think 2 turns is probably how it takes for Sovereign Skies to become a 9/9. At the same time, though, how big is Bull going to get? Actually, not that big. It has 3 targets, so it's a 5/5. I mean, Bull does sort of gain me life if it comes down to it. Okay, they're tapping out, and Void Life Orbs. Okay, yeah, they're going to crack the Void Life Orbs, which is actually a problem for me. And they can do it at instant speed, too, which is really annoying. But I guess if they wait, if they give me priority, then I'm just going to minus Tamio and draw a bunch of cards. Actually, no, they can crack Void Life in response, and Tamio basically just loots if that happens. Well, the thing is, if they give me priority on my main phase, I'm just going to flashback Recall Forgotten Aeons. So yeah, they have to Sealed Riftway now to get rid of my yard. They're going to try to get rid of my entire yard by cracking Void Life Orbs in response. Okay, that's pretty clever. Yeah, that works. And yeah, that's my board gone, but so is their board. But more importantly, these guys are gone, which is not very fun, because they're a pretty important part of my mana. Okay, and yeah, there goes everything. So now I think I have to get over the finish line with Crumbling Shrine, which is not great because they have Monument Queens up. At least they're tapped out this turn. So let's see what's the most forking thing I can do. Chart to Vast. Okay, that's pretty good. And just play Chart to Vast, right? Pale Scatter. Can I play Pale Scatter, stick my aura on the land, and then also play Chart to Vast? I can, but then that doesn't give me too much mana to work with afterwards. I think I play Chart to Vast now, start taking stuff off the top. Hopefully get a 4-drop to do something with. I think I actually lose this game because they untap, they have Monument, Experience, and Sovereign Skies building up, and they have 4 cards in hand. I think, so I just have to Chart to Vast to a bunch of Layer and Alphas. That's my plan. And yeah, let's see where that gets me. So, 3 off the top. Backfill's kind of useless right now. Any 1-drops, other 1-drops I want? Yes, I want other 1-drops, so I'll take New Divide here. Okay, yeah, there's Primal Resurgence. And there's Chart to Vast again. Hopefully I don't whiff. Unfortunate. Okay, so I'll just take Primal Resurgence number 2, I guess. And stick all my Primal Resurgences onto single land, and then I can play another Pale Scatter. Right, that's how I'm going to do it. Yeah, unfortunate. So right now I just need to survive. Because if I can survive for long enough, then I can drop Layer and Alpha and start whacking them with it. And I will have a lot of mana after this, right? It's Primal, and then Pale Scatter, and then Mysterious Cataract. and I guess hold it for shoreline. I want to play out things off the board because I want to go wide. And I can't do that. No, actually, can I? Primal, Pel Scatter, and then stick the aura onto the thing that I fetch, and then Scribbl. Okay, I guess that works. And then next turn I'll get my blues up. I don't need to stick all my auras onto one land, right? That's just a bit overkill. So anyways, Primal Resurgence, Pel Scatter, Bull. If they have another board wipe, then I'm kind of done here, I think. Yeah. So do they have their board wipe here? No, they're gonna cycle Promethean Grotto, sure. Like, I just need to get up another chart to Vast. And if I do that, then I can probably find a Larian Alpha. Like, I'm at 25 cards. I can probably find a lot of stuff if I just chart. Okay, they're playing something now. Gate Realms. Okay. That's, how cheap is that thing now? 2? And they can activate off a J-Temple then. Experience is probably keeping back Pale Scatter. So Scribbl has to sort of go in. Scribbl has 1 land to exile. Actually, I can exile the Promethean Grotto too. Transplanted Citadel. Okay, that's a problem. I have 1 turn to deal with that thing. Or no, it's still pretty expensive, but they can definitely pay for it. But they can't pay for everything. And that's the most important thing right now. Gate will kill Scribbl, which is unfortunate. I guess Experience keeps that Pale Scatter. So I'm just basically, I need to chart to find a Larian Alpha. That's what I need to do. Once Larian Alpha gets its first hit in, am I still dead? Star's Guide is becoming a 9/9 soon. I said that it's going to become a 9/9 soon, but it still hasn't become one yet. Okay, so they're actually just going to kill Scribbl. Do I have enough to chart into Larian Alpha? Yeah, I do. So yeah, keeping up Monument, I guess. Are they keeping up Citadel? No, they're not. Alright, so Pronouncer. That's fine, that gives me a bunch of mana. So now I'm going to chart the Vast and start looking. You see Scribbl, am I willing to put that in my hand? I think I'll take the Scribbl instead because it's more possible that I find lands. And okay, here's chart the Vast number 2. Okay, and come on, Larian Alpha. Yeah, there's Larian Alpha number 1. Okay, and Pronouncer. Okay, so I should take a land here. I don't think it really matters which land I take. I guess I'll take Wayfarer Shrine because why not, right? Okay, actually Wayfarer Shrine is going to get useless pretty soon. So I'll do this. Okay, Cameo or Pale Scatter. The Pale Scatters buff each other. The Cameo is too slow right now? It might be. Well, no, it's this thing in play that they have to attack, right? I'm not sure. I think I take the Pale Scatter here, right? And go Pale Scatter into Larian Alpha. No, I can't. But I can't go Tameo into Larian Alpha. Fine, I'll take Tameo. And okay, sure, I'll take Primal Resurgence again. Is Lager Recluse more important right now because it's a body? Primal Resurgence gets me more mana though. I always want more mana, right? Right? I'm not sure. So Primal Resurgence or Lager Recluse? I think I take Primal Resurgence, right? I'll take Lager Recluse because more creatures, more bodies. Okay, and I cap it off with the Larian Alpha, so that's a really good chart to Vast. I don't know, how many cards is that? Man, that's a lot of cards. So I do need to Mysterious Cataract to fetch the shorelines, which will hurt me a bit, unfortunately. That's kind of necessary right now. Can I play both Larian Alphas this turn? Surely I can, right? Actually, maybe I could have if I grabbed the other from you. Oh god, I think I could have. Well, too late to regret that now. So Pronouncer gives me +1 mana. How much mana do I have right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. I don't get to play 2 Larian Alphas, and that might be a game-losing mistake. Unfortunate. Yeah, could I have played 2 Larian Alphas if I grab Primal Resurgence? I take Primal here. That becomes 2 mana. It becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, still wouldn't have gotten there. I've been slightly closer, but nah. So then I just play. In that case, I just play Tameo. Use the untap on the forest. Can I animate Crumbling Shrine the same turn too? I think I might be able to. But anyways, I start off with Pronouncer Preserves always. And then let's see. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, that by itself is enough to play Larian Alpha. But that's not enough to animate Crumbling Shrine afterwards, which is unfortunate. So I have to just settle for a Scribbl, I guess. Or I play Tameo here, untap that. Yeah, I'll just spam the board. I mean, if they board wipe again, then whatever, I've already lost, right? Or if they board wipe again, I get to play Larian Alpha again. So yes, I'm pretty happy if they board wipe. And let's see, what do I get off the top? That's useless. And here's Larian Alpha. This thing is 6/6 now. Actually, it's a 7/7. Alright, so this is pretty scary for them. They can now animate Mime and eat up one of these guys, unfortunately, but I do have decent backup stuff. Experience the Pale Scatter. They're not going to animate Mime it. Okay, right. Doesn't untap these guys. I think this game is going to be very close. Let's just put it like that. Is there any point in keeping the land aura around? No, not really. I should play out Logger Recluse and get the Crumbling Shrine to play, because if they board wipe, I want to be able to animate both my shrines and start whacking them. In which case, but then I just waste just waste all my mana. Do I play Logger plus bow then? Visions. I'm gonna play around Mysterious Copper. Yeah, Crumbling Shrine plays around Mysterious Copper. I think I probably have more than enough mana, so I'm willing to just do this. Crumbling Shrine to play. Let's see what I do. I really wanted a non-land card so I can put the counter on it, but unfortunately that's not gonna happen. Void Life Orbs. If they play Void Life Orbs, I just win, right? Yeah, so I'll just play Sackbow here. Oh yeah, if they have Void Life Orbs, can they actually just kill me with Transplanted Citadel plus some attackers? No, I have enough Trumpers for that's 9 damage, that's 3 damage. So that's 12 damage in total, and then I just Monument, right? Do I have enough do I have enough mana to activate all of those guys? I doubt it, because yeah, they have to play a bunch of stuff to activate Sovereign Skies, and they don't have the for Monument plus Transplanted Citadel plus Gate of Realms. What are they tapping out for? Void Life Orbs? Nariba. Okay, sure. I guess they're kind of desperate now. Wait, does that mean I won? Ew. That was close. That was really close. I might have been able to play better that game and make it less close, but I have to move on to sideboarding. And the game gets a lot harder after sideboarding, I think, because they run Titan Snare. Like, they're the only deck in this entire format, in this entire GP that runs Titan Snare, and somehow they match up against the only deck in the GP that Titan Snare is good against. But I'm bringing in the cards. I'm going to board out some Layer and Alphas, even though they were really good last game, because I don't want to get Titan Snared out of the game. And also, these guys also lose pretty hard to Change Up Subdual, which turns off ETBs. So Change Up Subdual is pretty good against my entire deck. I want to bring in Heling. Heling even good? Good question. So I know Bessie's Brood isn't good. Is Heling good? So Heling minus, what does that do for me? One thing is I should cut some Layrans and cut some charts, because these guys get wrecked by Change Up Subdual, and then I'll fill up empty slots with Helines, I guess. Right? Like is Sano saleable good? No way it's good, right? Sackbowl's not great because they don't play fetch lands, and it's not like Sackbowl also is kind of weak to getting bounced. So yeah, I guess I'll go with this loadout. Going more Planeswalker might be a bit of a mistake. But like I just want to make sure I have a way to win, even if they get Change Up Subdual or Titan Snare down. I'll draw it yet again this game. Okay, that's not keepable. This is great. So I don't need 2 loggers, but I'm always welcoming more Prime Resurgences, right? Our problem is I can't stick Primals onto an island, which is really annoying. So I think the play here might be go logger, turn 1 logger into Wayfarers, Sealed Riftway off the top. Okay, sure. Or Sealed Riftway on turn 1. Alright, that makes stuff easier. So logger, Wayfarers, and next turn Wayfarers again, fetch Forest Island, and then double Primary Resurgences Tamio. Man, that's such an insane start. The only way they can actually stop me is if they offers and bounce all my Primary Resurgences. But that's even that is kind of fine, because now they're not using offers to bounce by tokens when that actually starts mattering. And if I draw into another 3-drop, then Tamio can just Tamio can plus and then play my other 3-drop. If I don't draw into another 3-drop, then Tamio's just going to minus and draw some cards. But either ways, I'm extremely happy with this hand. Okay. Does Change of Steel also turn off fetch lands? I need to read that card. No, it's creatures. It's sacrificing creatures, not permanent. Alright, wonderful. So in that case, I'm just gonna draw with Tamio. So yeah, how's my opponent feel about this opening? Are you stunned? Man, I'm getting super lucky these games. Like this entire GP, I've just been getting insane openings like this. But now I get to draw 4 cards and discard 1, which I don't know about you, but 3 mana, draw 4, discard 1, and then also have a Planeswalker in play that's gonna plus to give you 3 mana each turn. Seems pretty good. And do I want to discard a land here? Maybe. This thing's gonna fetch Shifting Glade, so I'll pitch the Wayfarer Shrine. Everything else in here seems good. Maybe Logger Recluse is a bit late for that. Whatever. Yeah, maybe I definitely should have pitched Logger Recluse. Next time I get to land Heling, and then I guess pump Logger Recluse and swing. Alright, I'm gonna play Heling and minus her. Oh, Fearless Passage. Well, the good news is all my enchantments are a basic land, so they can't even Perilous Passage me. I'm playing around land destruction in this way. How much mana do I even get next turn? I can Pale Scatter onto the island, and now Tamio's plussing to make 4 mana. Titan Snare. Okay, yeah, you got me. Good thing I don't have any Titan Snareable card. Oh, well, the thing is they can't activate Mysterious Copper immediately, so I get another turn of just insane mana production. I think I'll just play Heling and plus her. Okay, Logger Recluse is going to be useful here. I do need to draw 1 card, so yes, Heling's going to be plussing, and that means I need to pump Logger. I play Pale Scatter even though I know Mysterious Copper is going to be bouncing on my mana production. Maybe. I mean, they can't activate it right away, right? So Yeah, I'm pretty safe in that way. Shadow Scatter. Actually, maybe I kind of play it differently. Uh, yeah, because now I play Helen at plus, and then Scribbl gets a Mysterious Copper for 0 and wipe both my Blossom and my Stance token. But maybe that's fine. I mean, surely that's fine. Like, I have so much mana right now, so much value right now. I don't even have anything to do with all that. Or actually, I should probably just do this. In case you want to crack your Mysterious Copper before I get to tap again for a bunch of mana. Okay, they're gonna let me have 1 extra mana. Shadow Scatter, is that good? I want something more impactful, I think, right? But then again, Shadow Scatter is pretty impactful. Like, what other things can I even want right now that Titan Snare is down, so I can't really play anything super expensive? Where Helene's more playing. Yeah, Shadow Scatter is probably just the best thing to be drawing. In that case, I'll play Helene. I'm probably not sequencing everything super well because they have a Mysterious Coffer in play and I want to play in a way that gives them the least amount of information before deciding to crack the coffer. But I think I'll just crack it during combat after I've already plus with Helene. So I mean, really not much of a difference either ways. Anyways, Helene's going up to 6 loyalty and I'm making the Stance token. Anyways, a bunch of mana again. They log a Recluse. Did I lose the Void Life Orbs? They can't play the Void Life Orbs yet, right? Yeah, they can't play the Void Life and activate in the same turn. Did it +1? Ah, no wonder. Yeah, Helene's not as insane as I thought. Like, does Pale Scour have... when did I play Pale Scour? Was that last turn or this turn? I need to actually look back because this turn has been so insane that I've lost track. During this turn, I played Pale Scour. Yeah, okay, I see. So, Pump Logger Recluse. Now, let's see if you're gonna crack the Mysterious Coffer now. No, they let it happen. Okay, they're gonna keep the coffer for a bigger crack. Okay, sure. You can let me draw a card then. I'll gladly take the card. Like, they need a board wipe here, or else they're just they've just lost. They can Peerless Patch with my Mysterious Cataract. Huh. Maybe I should have played untapped, or no, I couldn't have because it's off logger. If they decide to spend some mana killing my Mysterious Cataract, I have no complaints about that. They only cost 1 mana to kill something with Peerless Passage. Yeah, it's a Tectonic Edge. It's not that other thing that costs less for non-basics like Time Lords Crags. Alright, let's... Barks. Sure, you can start with Barks. Barks doesn't really help you here because it's slow. Right now, I avoided extremely fast. Although I have to pay a bunch for doing anything, right? I have 13 damage coming... Oh wait, Helene's gonna be a creature. Do I just have lethal coming through if they don't play a creature? They have Mysterious Coffers, they can use that to save them, I guess. In that case, I shouldn't do anything with Helene pre-combat because I want them to crack coffers first. In fact, I might even just minus Helene if they crack coffers. They're playing Shiny Crusader, which will block the Pale Scours. Alright, sure. If they ever crack coffer for 3, then... if they crack coffer for 3, then everything goes back to hand. If they crack it for 1, Pale Scour becomes a 4/4, so it still doesn't die to Shiny Crusader. So yeah, it's pretty good either ways for me. And Primal Resurgence again. How much mana is too much mana? I do want to stack everything onto 1 land, right? Surely that's correct. I just want to draw a Tameo instead of... Yeah, I might just draw with Tameo right now. Although if I do that, they crack Mysterious Coffer and spawns. How much can they coffer for? 1 at most. So they bounce on my land enchants and some of my creatures. I draw 3 and discard 1. That seems fine. Right? Yeah, it makes them crack their coffer early. Also, Helene's actually a creature right now, right? Yeah. Alternatively, I attack with everything. They crack the coffer there and then. For 3, they bounces entire... Or they crack it for 1. Bounces these guys and these guys. I really want to spend my mana now instead of later. That's these guys, so I get to play Primal Resurgence again, and then Tameo minus now to draw a bunch of cards. Then I don't have as much mana anymore. Or no, it still works, because I can still stack all my Primal Resurgence onto this island. I think I'm fine if I just, like, do this. I'll play like this. Yeah, Tameo minus 1, or Tameo minus right now. Wait, Helene isn't a Planeswalker right now, but I was not going to realize that, and they're just going to let it resolve, but, oh. Yeah, okay. I only draw 3 cards. I mean, that's still fine. 3 cards is plenty to find something that does something. And Charge of Vast is definitely a card that does something. Crumbly Shrine, right? Yeah, sure, Crumbly Shrine. So I'm going to Charge of Vast right now. You know, maybe I should have... Yeah, I need to read my cards better. Maybe that was that a really bad play? It probably was, actually. And discarding Crumbly Shrine there was also really bad. Wait, right. Well then, Judge Call time. Alright, Judge Call resolved, so I get to draw an extra card. Well, yeah, that definitely changes things. I do play Recall into Sealed Riftway though, right? I just spend all my mana now and just get back to Recall and then attack. Well, yeah, I kind of feel bad for Scribble because, like, definitely would have missed it, but, you know, I got the Recall off, which I'm really happy about. Let's see. Well, there's a useless card. So can I get back recall this turn? No, I can't, right? 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, no way I can do that. I think Pale also goes down power, huh? I'm just gonna stick Promise Radiance onto Forest for now. I have one extra land play floating, and I'll play it now because I want to forget. Anyways, yeah, with the board. So you're gonna crack Mysterious Coffer now, right? Because otherwise you just die. Or no, you don't, but you get pretty close. Yeah, they're definitely thinking about what to do. Are they gonna crack the Mysterious Coffer now? Yeah, they're not gonna crack it if I don't pump my Logger Recluses. If I pump my Logger Recluses, then cracking it becomes really good for them because now they just get free and stuff. Right? How do I play in a way that doesn't make me lose? Yeah, so I have to pump. Okay, so now I go Eastside Grotto and tap it, 8 of life, and pump Logger Recluse number 1, and pump Logger Recluse number 2. And now they're going to finally crack Mysterious Copper. Okay, good. Got out of the way while it's still... Wait, this thing just dies. Ah, maybe I should have thought a bit more about that. Okay, well, that's what happens when I don't think things through before I do them. At least Helen got through for some damage. Or Helene, whatever you call her. Anyways, that thing's gone. These guys are back. Helene needs to +1 to survive, and then I just stick a bunch of primary insurgencies onto a single land, right? Yeah. Oops. Actually, no, I need to seek out the forest because I want play on my other primary insurgencies. So if Seaside Citadel gets the Seaside Growl gets blown up by Perilous Patch, it's kind of bad for me. But at least I have 2 blue sources floating around, so it's not super bad. Anyways, I have one thing that's tapping for 4 mana next turn, so I'm about to have a really nice turn next turn, except half my cards aren't playable. But, that's just what happens when your opponent has a Titan Snare out. Yeah, and definitely misplayed this turn. I could have played it a lot better. Like, for example, not tapping the land before Tameoing, because I just realized that if my opponent uses a coffer in response to Tameo, I could have just tapped the land in response to that. Like, that was just a stupid play. Next turn, I just dumped my hand, and I minus Tameo to draw some cards. How much does Void Life Orbs wreck me? Can they even play that thing? Still not yet. Well, if they play Void Life and crack it, then Titan Snare is off the board, and now my 2 cards become active. There's Seal Riftway? Sure. If you uncrack Seal Riftway, your turn, I'm going to play Recall Forgotten Aeons from Graveyard. I think that's probably just the correct play, doing that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 9 mana. Tameo bumps it up to... Tameo's even making me a mana, so she costs -1, so 11 mana. So that's enough for Tameo plus Recall Forgotten Aeons. I have to sequence it in the correct way, because I can't. I just need my opponent to not realize that Recall is in my graveyard and not crack the Sealed Riftway in response to Tameo. If they do that, then my turn suddenly becomes a lot worse. They're just going to play out a bunch of Hub Innovations. Are they finally going to crack the Sealed Riftway? Transplanted Citadel. Oh, that kills Helena, doesn't it? That also kills me pretty quickly. So yeah, it seems like I made a big mistake doing whatever I did, getting rid of Tameo and then my entire board like that. The right play there was to swing out and it barks too. Well, they're tapped out, so I can Recall Forgotten Aeons. So play Tameo, untap, coalesce, recall, and then play out a bunch of 1-drops. Right. Pronouncer, that thing also makes mana. In fact, basically everything makes mana right now. I can't flood the board. That Giant Crusader is always going to be hitting through, though. Anyways, like this first. They Pronouncer Preserves, make the land aura, play Tameo, plus her, the recall off the top. Yeah, sure, I'll keep that on top then. That seems pretty good to follow it up with. So 4, 5, 6, and 7. That's Recall Forgotten Aeons. Run some more cards. Interesting. No lands to play off Recall Forgotten Aeons. That means I should play Pale Scouter, make another token off Pronouncer. Right. I have 5 mana left over. It's Pale Scouter, Logger. Yeah, that seems like a solid turn. I can Pale Scouter plus Sackbow. What Sackbow have to exile? Well, they're tapped out right now, I guess, so they can't Sealed Riftway in response to Sackbow. Yeah, sure, I'll go with Pale Scouter, Logger, just to get more stuff on board. And tap stuff to trump. So, yeah. 1, 2, actually, yeah, only Logger, okay. Anyway, stick everything onto 1 land. I was going to get knocked down to 1, but that's fine. Amos still survives. So Sackbow or Logger. And Sackbow incentivizes them to exit my graveyard now. That clears away for... Yeah, clears away for more recalls in the future, but no Logger, it's better for blocking, right? The Citadel doesn't have trample. And then I also make an Antelope token off this thing. And then I end my turn, I guess. So that's 6. That's an 8/8 now. How much does Coffers wreck me right now? They can animate the Transplanted Citadel, and then they can Coffers immediately. That wipes Coffers for 1, forces me to pick up most of my board, and then I have to chump with Pronouncer. The Coffers for 1 just completely wrecks me, no questions asked. Or does it? Afterwards, that means I shouldn't chump with Pronouncer, I should just chump with maybe Pale Scatter or something, recall Pale Scatter, whatever. And afterwards, I play out all my enchantments yet again, but Pronouncer sees all of them now, so I get a bunch of antelopes to keep chumping. How am I winning this game, though? I guess just by attacking with some giant Pale Scatters. Or once I get 2 Pronouncers out, then the token spam becomes kind of ridiculous. They play the lid. Okay, so they have access to Mysterious Coffer soon. I think they can probably just beat me by playing Mysterious Coffer or animating Citadel, using Mysterious Coffer to sweep away my board and then attacking in with that thing. Like Shiny Crusader can soften me up a bit and then that thing goes in for a kill. There's really not much I can do about that. I think actually my plan is to sack Bull and then gain a bunch of life off of that thing. Math potion off the top. They already have the coffers in hand because I don't know why they're not drawing towards the coffer. Otherwise, I think I want to swing out pretty quick, pretty soon. How much damage do I do if I just attack with everything? They'll just get chumped. These are 3s. Transplant today, I can probably wake up and block something. Yeah, how do I win from this situation? I need to minus Tamio to draw a bunch of cards. Like, what cards can I draw here that would help me? So maybe another Pronouncer. I mean, if I have 2 Pronouncers out, they start making tokens really quickly, and then that forces them to crack the Mysterious Coffer early. Yeah, it seems like they had a second coffer as well. So that's all 3 coffers, or that's 3 coffers there. There's only 1 more coffer left. And they can't really afford to coffers for more than 1 because that means Titan's Snare leaves and then I get to drop the car. And they can't really deal with car, right? I mean, Shiny Crusader kills it. Transplanted Citadel actually just kills car pretty nicely. Or no, car kills lands. Yeah, that's pretty nice. So how am I dealing with Transplanted Citadel? And the recall off the top. Man, these recalls aren't that good when your opponent has a thing that you can't block and then a 6/6 that you can't deal with. Or Mysterious Coffer 2 held up like that. Like Transplanted Citadel is free right now. They can just activate it and then so Pale Scatter is kind of useless as attacker because they just bounce on my enchantments and then I can't do anything with her. So in that case, I'll start off with Recall Forgotten Aeons and see what I draw. Another Tamio, another Pale Scatter. So if I attack with everything, then they're forced to coffers for 1, or at least they're very heavily incentivized to coffers for 1, and they probably just kill Pronouncer with Citadel. Kind of do that's useful with 2 mana that doesn't like. Coffering for 3. Coffering for 3 is great for me because then I get to drop car. I think I want to incentivize them into coffering for 3. I can do that by plusing Tamio. Happen. No, do I need more lands right now? Not really. Then, well, let's recall Forgotten Aeons right away. Okay, there's Layering Alpha, which is useless right now. I'm playing lands, so I don't forget. I think I go to attacks now. Right. Go to attacks, swing with everything. They animate Transplant to some stuff happens. Stuff that's probably really bad for me, but I don't know. Like, I don't want to do Combat Math now, so I'll just swing with everything and assume that things are going to be alright. I want them to crack the Mysterious Coffer now, so they can actually do stuff. But yes, they're doing stuff now. Mysterious Coffer is for 3? Yeah, Mysterious Coffer is for 3. Wonderful. Wait, I don't have enough mana left over to cast anything useful. I should have thought about that before I made this play. Yeah, well then, that was embarrassing. Do I have any way of going... Wait, okay, this is actually just horrible for me, actually, so, yeah, I not play card... Right, Recall Forgotten Aeons are exiled. They just drop their thing again next turn, and that's not great for me either. I'm getting out of this. Primary Resurgence. Just chain a bunch of Primary Resurgences, and then play a Tamio, tap something, chain a bunch of more Primary Resurgences. Play Pronouncer, and then chain a bunch of Primary Resurgences. Can I do that? Pronouncer, Primal, untap, tap. Well, I'm not sure, but let's try. Or do I want to play Pale Scour? No, yeah, sure, that's probably the best use of my mana right now. But, oops, what just happened? Oh, they can they get to their second Mysterious Coffer in time? I don't actually know. So that's at least that's a lot of mana. That's actually I can play Tamio. I still have enough left over to play Primal Resurgence on here. Tamio plus, try 1. That's who I get. You know what? I'm fine with lands right now, I think. Or am I? I don't actually know. Actually, just tell me Tamio let me go up in mana. It's a bottom the land, whatever. Does Tamio let me go up in mana? Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, it lets me go up in mana. Also, it should be past that point, but how willing am I to use Tamio as a ramp spell? Not super willing, but this is probably my only time to drop Layering Alpha. But they can get Mysterious Coffer, right? Like, they have a bunch of draw cards in hand, so I shouldn't go all out just yet. I should use this opportunity just to play... Actually, I should use this opportunity to get down Layering Alpha onto the board. Right. It's already post-combat. I should flip the board so it forces them to use serious coppers or something. Come on, like I think. What do I do here? Pale Scouter, actually, sure. The Pale Scouter, Logger. Flood the board right now. Force them to just expend their... What mana do I have there? Do I have 3 mana left, right? Yeah, so Sack Bowl. I guess I'll use my final 3 mana to eat something up with the Sack Bowl, I guess. Or, and I'll just play Logger, I guess. And then, yeah, I'll pass. But these guys are 8/8 right now. But again, they just play Mysterious Copper and crack it for 3. And now my work just goes away. They can crack it for 1, and that's even worse for... No, whatever they crack it for, I can get down Pronouncer again and then start stacking enchantments on a land. But they would need to get rid of... There's definitely nothing they can get rid of that would prevent me from just making it this board every single turn. And they need to drop down Titan Snare too, lest they risk me dropping a big card, lest me risking me sneaking through a big card. So how much mana are they working with? They only have 7 mana, or I guess 8. So yeah, like they don't actually have that much mana to do everything they want to. Titan Snare is 2 mana, Mysterious Copper plus Crack for 3 is 5 mana, and that's basically all their mana already, and they can animate Transplanted Citadel on top of that. And Void Life Orb. Okay, yeah, that also does it. They're gonna do it now, so that means I get to drop layer on Alpha. They didn't actually have to activate it at sorcery speed. Like, was that actually necessary? So, do I drop Carl or do I drop layer on Alpha? And they have to discard a bunch of hand size too. Wow, that's great for me. Wait, can I not play Carl? Yeah, maybe I should have top one of the lands instead of buying everything. I guess now I play layer on Alpha, swing with everything, and then now they're forced to board wipe yet again, except this time they can just Mysterious Copper, which is not great for me. So yeah, layer on Logger Recluse, hope for the best, I guess. We're knocked down to 7, and yeah, man, I definitely should have topped a land at least one of those times. Who knew that a decision from so long ago would end up mattering here? I mean, okay, so they drop a bunch of artifacts, and now Transplant Sentinel becomes active. And then layer on Alpha is kind of useless for a turn, and they're probably going to drop their Titans. Oh, another Void Life Orbs? Alright, sure, then if I top deck land, I get to play Car. No, okay. Well, so what I need to do now is play Car while I can still do that, which is when they have one thing on board, right? Yeah, 1, 2, 3. So I play Car, I'm gonna minus to kill a Transplanted Citadel. But yeah, there's no way that this sequencing works out well for me. Alright, so I attack here, I force them to blow up Void Life Orbs. What do I do next? I should just try to grind a bunch of value. So recall Tamio. Only I had one more thing that I can play out. Is it ever correct to play out cards a 7 mana, fetch a land? No, right? Yeah, so, well, yeah, so I guess that's what's happening. Blow up Void Life Orbs. There goes my board. That's both my layer and alphas, unfortunately. Right? Oh, it's only one layer and alpha, huh? Like, I don't have anything that threatens them right now. I've forgotten Aeons. Let's see. Hope to get something good off the top. Well, there's my 2 lands I needed so desperately earlier. What can I do here? I can play Tamio. Tamio doesn't do anything on her own. I just play Chart to Bast. I already burned up all my land enchants. Like, if I play Tamio, I think I just lose. I think I'm like desperate enough to just play Tamio as a draw 2 cards, I think. Really nice, but okay, I'll discard the land, even though I probably shouldn't be discarding lands, or I got punished for discarding lands earlier. Mr. Shack do anything? No, it doesn't. Yeah, now all my cards are slow cards, and that doesn't help me here, so I have to do this and pass. Now they just get to go off now. Did they discard Titan Snare? No, they did, right? So that means all my cards are useless. These guys are useless. Maybe I should have played Chart to Vast so it doesn't become stranded in my hand. Then I would have to discard so many cards, and I get to sculpt a really good hand, but it doesn't really advance my game plan that much. Okay, Sovereign Skies, good Riftway. We're gonna try to pump up giant Sovereign Skies, right? I mean, hopefully, maybe they forget to replay Titan Snare or something. But like, no way they did, because they definitely kept it in their hand. Is there anything explosive I can do again? I'm out of gas, right? Yeah, there's all my Pedal Scatters. I have a bunch of Pronouncers, but there's all my land enchants. Maybe I draw a bunch of Pronouncers in a row and they stack them, and that gets me a giant board. Go rough it again. Okay, maybe they do forget about Titan Snare. Bear? Sure. Okay, are they Shiny Crusader? Okay, are they playing Titan Snare after? Yeah, okay, unfortunate. We're probably going to game 3. Okay, I just ran out of gas at the end because I decided to not keep enough lands so that the card top deck doesn't get me there. Or, now that once I got rid of Titan Snare, I couldn't really take advantage of that. And now I'm just kind of drawing blanks. What's Crumbling Shrine getting me? Sack Bowl. Not useful. It's kind of big. But I have a Mysterious Cataract. I'll keep it on top. Right, Tamil has a scry. So yeah, I just wasted the Tamil scry. Alright, so now I need to play Helene. Helene dies to basically anything. Can I play with Helene Bull and also Tamil? Yeah, I can. And waste Tamil scry. Tamil number 2. Tamil draw 2, discard useless cards now. Pronouncer, I mean, that's interesting. So I can play Pronouncer, Jackbow Pronouncer, Helene. Yeah, I can do that. What lands do I even have left? I don't even know. Anyways, that's my turn. They probably just sealed away my entire graveyard, right? Wait, I had Recall in the yard. I keep forgetting I have Recall in the yard. And actually, I could play Recall during that card turn, couldn't instead of whatever the hell I did there. What did I do there anyways? Yeah, well, forgetting I have Recall in the yard. Oh no, Recall got into the yard during the turn I could have played car. Unfortunate. Mr. Coffer again, sure. Third Riff again, sure. Okay, they're gonna start attacking me. Do they have lethal on me? Well, yeah, they do. Okay, unfortunate. I definitely lost because of my own misplays that game, although I wouldn't have known beforehand. Anyways, I'm gonna go with the setup again, right? Yeah. The bowls are pretty bad. I'm not gonna go with these guys, so I'll probably just do this. Right. Their alpha is really good once it gets going. I want Thanos level 2 stupid is an idea. Probably is. One sack bowl then. Or 3 layer ends? No, I don't want layer ends to get stuck in hand, so yeah. I'm gonna play this time. Hopefully I get a good opening hand. That's not a great opening hand. I'm mulliganing. That's also not a great opening hand. Go down to 5. Yeah, I have to keep this. So the plan here is to ramp into Pellet Scatter. To do that, I go turn 1, nothing, turn 2 Pronouncer into Pellet Scatter, and hope to draw a blue source for Tamio. I think I probably lose this game. Like I need to top deck a Miracle in order to win this, or my opponent just has to draw super poorly. It seems like they're not drawing really poorly this game. Oh, okay. Maybe they don't get Titan Snare and they start to go wide, and Kara wins me the game. That could happen. Hub Inflammation. Okay, no Titan Snare just yet. That's a good sign. Prime Resurgence. Okay, so I can stack everything onto one land, but the problem is that I don't have blue. That's actually a really big problem. But you know, whatever. Wait, that play makes sense. Not really, but whatever. So now I go up to 4 mana and Antelope token. Maybe they also got pretty bad hands. Like I'm really hoping that I have a bad hand because I can't see how I'm winning otherwise. Okay, so I need if they play 2 more things, then Kara can come into play, and then that can swing the game. But maybe at the same time they're aware that Kara exists, and they're not going to play out any more things until they get Titan Snare down. Healing Center, sure. They have 5 mana in total. And Void Life Orbs. Okay, do I have active Void Life Orbs still? 1, 2. I can play Kara and kill Void Life Orbs if I top deck a land here. Can I please top deck a land? Why? Why? Okay, yeah, no. Please get me a blue land. 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Literally can't do anything with my mana. And now they're gonna have Void Life Orbs up, and I don't see how I'm getting back from that. If Void Life Orbs even kills my mana sources, so yeah, that's extra bad for me. What do you think, Rollo? Sure. And maybe they misplay and they don't activate Void Life Orbs. I mean, they can't do that because they have to keep up all their mana in order to activate Void Life Orbs. And I could just top deck an island. Okay, no, now they don't have to. In fact, they have 2 mana left over after activating the orbs. But they're going to activate now, so I don't get to tap for more mana. Okay, sure. So, like, I can still top deck a blue card or blue land and play Tamil, but it doesn't do anything on its own, so I need to Tamil draw with nothing on board. So Tamil draw 2, that's really bad. Okay. I need card to, like, bail me out really badly. And so, good riffly, they're cat ripping now. I'm going to activate Crumbling Shrines, try to go distance with the land, the creature land, because I don't see how else I'm doing it. But I just need them, like, the way I win is if they make a mistake and start playing out more stuff than they can afford to, and then Car comes down, and maybe Car flips it, something like Layer and Alpha. That'd be really nice. Anime Mime in swing, okay. Well, on the bright side, that means they don't have anything else. They're going on the Mime plan. And I can play Car. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Tamil minuses to draw 3. Yeah, that's what I'll have to live with. And yeah, Shifting Glade. I can't really afford to not do that right now. Tamil minus, draw 3. Primal Resurgence. Interesting. So I can Primal Resurgence my land. I want to discard more lands though. I discard Helene, but that feels wrong. Like, no, I discard Helene here, or do I? Next time I can play Car, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And if they have anything out, then yeah, it's Car time. In that case, it might actually be right to discard killing. I mean, this play absolutely gets wrecked by Titan Snare, but clearly they don't have Titan Snare, because if they had it, they would play it already. Or am I just, how risky am I willing to be? Like, if I discard the land, I can still play Car. If everything gets bounced, then whatever, that's fine. So I definitely want Wayfarer, I definitely want Primal Resurgence. Unfortunately, Helene has to go. Attack with Crumbling Shrine. I'm hoping next turn they just Mime of Queens whack the Tameo. They don't have to worry about anything else. They can actually transplant to Sail and start whacking me. Or actually just, it doesn't do enough on its own. Like, I need to play and I need to kill both their creature lands. I can't do that. I just use it to kill one of the creature lands and hope to flip a layer in Alpha or another car. That'd be really nice if car flips another car. I'm sorry, Craig. Oh, actually no, that's not a problem. Okay, they're killing Tamiya with it. So that means I have to car and kill the Mime of Queens because that's the thing that's racing me. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not Titan Snare. Good. Yeah, I have Titan Snare this game. Like a Recluse. Would have to be a lot earlier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wonderful. Yeah, I have to tap like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Car comes out. Transplanted. I can keep back a Trumper for Transplanted Citadel, actually. And I think that's probably the right play here. So, you go. See, what do I get? Well then. Well then. So, layer in Alpha or Car. I think car number 2 is better because I exile their times transported Citadel, then they literally can't kill the second car, right? They would need to Void Life Orbs wipe to kill it, but then Layer in Alpha also... Layer in Alpha prevents Transplanted Citadel from killing car because it can trump the Transplanted Citadel. And if they attack with Transplanted Citadel, then you're down the Crackback. Void Life Orbs. They play Void Life Orbs and activate Transplanted in the same turn. Well, actually, if they play Void Life, nothing matters, nothing else matters, right? I think I just want to end the game now. Like, I'm assuming they don't have a board wipe, so I should do this. And rescue us to my graveyard. Alright. So yeah, not a bad turn for me. Do I keep stuff back in case they have a board wipe? And here I actually do, because I don't think they have a way to kill both Leyran and also animate Transplanted Sail in the same turn. So if they have Mysterious Coffers, what happens? They play out Coffers for 1, so Transplanted Sail costs 3 to animate, and they can pay 3, right? Wait, what? That's it. Huh. Well then, I did not expect to win that game. I'm just gonna say that. Yeah, that was quite the upset. Like, I guess I kind of prayed for. I kind of mentioned that like car flipping a Lyrian Alpha or another car was the only way I was gonna win that game, and apparently it happened. So yeah, and they also got horrible. They also got a horrible hand. Okay, I see. It seems like I just got extremely lucky the entire run, where my horrible hands layering up with my opponent's horrible hands, except I managed to flip a Leyran Alpha off my car. And yeah, well then. Anyways, that's everything. So somehow I managed to win 3 GPs in a row. I don't know how I managed to do that, but yeah, I did. So yeah, I guess I guess recording myself has been good luck charm. I don't know. I actually don't know how to end this. I mean, it's been 2 hours, and yeah, I'll just end it here.